It's that time of year where we talk about the curriculum picks for the following year, and my son is going into high school. There's not many of us online that talk about high school curriculum, but you know what? Everybody who continues to homeschool through high school have high school curriculum. All right, it's getting late. It's okay. So I'm going to talk about homeschool curriculum choices, our picks, and how we're going to be handling our first year of high school, which may change. So subscribe to this channel so you can see what we're doing and get some ideas. You are allowed to steal my ideas. So looking at high school in general, one of the first things I really thought about is he college bound? And if you even think just a little bit that they are, totally think college bound. And I'm totally thinking scholarships too. There are so many opportunities out there to get scholarships. There's a lady that's kind of what she talks about, is how she got so many scholarships for her homeschool kids that basically all of them had a free ride through college. But I'm working on that research right now. So things that he wants to do are all college bound, yet I think he leans towards a couple of different things. But I really think he's not quite 100% sure what he wants to do. You know what I mean, okay? So we're going to start off by getting some things out of the way. We're doing Spanish because we live in Florida and he's half Puerto Rican. And I have tried this program before. It's called Homeschool Spanish Academy. We are going to do it again. And basically, you sign up, you have tutoring sessions for 50 minutes, however often you want. They give you homework. They're all located down in Central America. I have a whole video talking about my experience with Homeschool Spanish Academy, which I loved, and I go into detail how it works and is put together and all those things. Please check it out. We did do it for a year when the kids were in middle school, but we stopped because I needed a break. There's so much Spanish and my brain hurt. So we're going to get Spanish out of the way, and he has decided that he is just going to plow through it, whatever it takes to get through his consecutive 2 years of Spanish. He's going to triple up. He's going to want to do 3 classes a week is what he's talking about, online private tutoring. It's actually pretty affordable because you buy it by classes and you can do a free trial. I'm going to put my link down below because it worked really well for us. And we're going to do it again. I think it's really good for high school. I do believe they are accredited for those states that need accredited foreign languages. That's good to know. And plus learning from someone who is focused on just you, and they speak Spanish natively, and they actually live in that country, in a foreign country where they speak Spanish. I also love it because it's not European Spanish. It's Latin American Spanish, because that's the one that we need. So we're doing that. All right, so let's talk mathematics. And this one you don't hear about that much. It's called Forrester. We're going to be doing Algebra 1 this year. He is so good at math. So I know that he needs to be ready for the SAT and ACTs. So I want a math curriculum that is going to challenge him, but also prepare him for that. And the reason I've come to this conclusion that this is one of the best math curriculums is because it seems like everyone that knows anything about math, whether they're in the homeschool world, whether they're in the curriculum writing world, whether they're in the education realm, they always point back to this math curriculum. Math, I mean, you can say math is math. That's true. When it comes to comparing, I mean, of course, Common Core, that's a whole nother issue. But this happened before Common Core because it's been around for a while. It really has. And it's solid. There is a guy called Math Without Borders. He's a guy that has done like a full series of teachings for the algebra curriculum, for the geometry curriculum, and for the Algebra 2 curriculum. It's called Math Without Borders. We're looking at purchasing that as well as the Forrester curriculum. We're going to try it this year. I'm excited. I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm kind of excited. I love math, okay? And this information, like I said, is coming actually from someone I'm close to. She has her master's degree in mathematics. She teaches math at a homeschool co-op, and she was a math teacher for high school. So, and she will teach from nothing else. I really trust her opinion, as well as some other professionals that I've spoken to. So there's that information for math. I will leave those links down below. You can check it out, and I'll let you know once we go through it how it goes. We got math. We got to do science next. I have no choice but to use Apologia. Like, I do have a choice, But I have gone through their Exploring Creation series and their middle school, and I love them. And my son is ready for biology. Why do I love Apologia so much? Okay, so first of all, it does teach from a biblical worldview. It does teach from a young earth creation perspective, and it's advanced. It's very advanced. I have known many, many kids that have done these Apologia courses. They do CLEP, which is kind of like an exam that you take to get college credit. And they will CLEP and pass the exam. And then when they get to college, they don't have to take that class, which is awesome, especially in the sciences. And if you are a believer and you do believe in the creation perspective, you can avoid getting evolution shoved down people's throats and have your child focus on their specialty and not have to worry about that. But sometimes your specialty will deal with evolution, but that's a whole nother conversation. Apologia is also amazing, like I said, because it is advanced. It's very hands-on. It's very detailed. I mean, it's definitely quality. It's quality. There is a lot of reading involved with it, but I think you're going to get that with any kind of high school science curriculum. There's also a lot of hands-on labs. Like, I know one of them is definitely going and looking at pond water. Okay, language arts is a whole package deal. At the homeschool co-op that I go to, he has taken a PE class for fun. Like, it is what it is. But the 3 classes that he's going to be taking at the co-op, that's high school credit, is going to be the biology class. But the 2 other one is going to be American history literature as well as American history, like history. I know that, and it's the same teacher for both. To me, cross curriculum. And she was a former teacher as well, and I know her very well. She's amazing. I've taught her kids. Her kids are amazing. So to me, that American history is check mark. Okay, if I'm going to write it in the transcripts, he's taken American history. And I feel like that American literature will probably kind of very nicely supplement that. But he's also getting that literature, right? So then with ELA, which is your language arts, you want to make sure that, if they're college bound, that we're getting some good vocabulary and understanding some literary techniques, which of course he's getting in that literature class. So I'm a big IEW fan. I'm just going to be point blank. I'm a huge IEW fan. However, my son, this one child, has gone through all of the IEWs. So we really don't have an IEW course for him to take. So what we are going to actually be doing is writing and rhetoric. It's from Classical Academy Press. So it's classical. I'm a fan of classical, especially when it comes to that writing and rhetoric, because they really push for some really good solid stuff there. And I really feel like that stuff's super important for survival. In general, I have very strong feelings about that. But the approach of classical education, I'm not always crazy about. I talk about that in another video. I really think it needs a lot of our traditional classical education schools don't always teach from a biblical worldview. And so I want to really maintain that biblical worldview. Now, he is going through writing and rhetoric from Classical Academic Press. And even though that is not from a biblical worldview, there's some really good stories in there. My goal is to kind of finish up the book series. There's the last 2, which are for thesis. And that's it, because that writing and rhetoric goes through 8th and 9th grade. But we're going to finish them out. That's what we're going to do for his writing. And of course, like I mentioned, if there's scholarships that need some writing, or if his other class, if his American literature class requires some writing, we're going to do that for that. And that's how his writing is going to go. So this, by the way, is actually his writing and rhetoric book that he has done, and you can kind of see what it looks like. So this kind of gives you an idea of how much work they actually have them do, where they do have to go back and look at passages, and then they have to write, and they have to do a narration, which is when they tell me about it. We have discussions about it. He has to write an outline on it. But each of these writing and rhetoric books are themed to some kind of writing technique. They will teach you, similes, metaphors. For example, like here's a whole list right here. They have to find those rhetoric devices in the actual Sorry. We are going to continue with Fix-It Grammar, which is from IEW. Now, Fix-It Grammar is just going to kind of keep that grammar going for him. And it takes 15 minutes. It's really easy, really quick, and it's spiral. So, and it builds upon itself. We're just going to keep using it. It seems easy, actually. Fix-It Grammar, actually, when you're doing it, seems really easy. And the reason it seems easy is because you really nail in that concept. So they'll start easy in the beginning. Look for a noun. Label all the nouns. Look for a preposition, prepositional phrase. Label all those. But they're going to ask you to do that every single day, plus some more stuff. So you can see how it kind of builds on itself. So Fix-It Grammar, Classical Academic Press, plus the American Lit class. Then I am going to, of course, throw in a vocabulary book. And I mean, I'm not sure if this is going to be the best one for him when it comes to vocabulary, but we talked about it. He's like, I want to do it. It's quick and simple. It keeps my vocabulary up. This is Vocabulary Virtuoso, Prepping for the PSAT and SAT Book 1. It's for grades 8 through 12, and so he's 9th grade. You know, it's your typical, like, here's the words, define the words, complete each sentences, showing that you know what the meaning of the word is. Of course, they have a crossword, and they have circle. It's so typical. It's from the Critical Thinking Company. Very typical with vocabulary words. So that really honestly sums up, I mean, we have some extra stuff. Like, for example, one that's just part of our lifestyle is doing devotions and doing Bible studies. Now, my husband's in charge of the Bible studies, and that just continues. So basically, they have to read the passage that they're studying for the week. They have to write a summary of the passage, which is usually a couple chapters. I should say, actually, yeah, a couple chapters. Then they write a summary. They present the summary to Dad. They discuss it for at least 2 days, and then they're quizzed on it. So he's in charge of that. He's very passionate about having the kids learn it. He spends a lot of time, something I don't have to do, which that's what he loves to do. They do their own devotionals. They do, like I said, there's PE that they do. He actually does track and field, cross country, so he's a little runner, and he plays piano. And I know that the way that we're handling his education is not going to be the way everybody handles their education. I am pushing him. I am making sure, though, that it's not too difficult for him. If that means I have to go backwards a little bit in the curriculum, like if it's too hard, I'm not going to be all like silly, stupid, prideful, and continue to push him. So, for example, if this Forrester curriculum is too difficult for him, we're going to try something different. And I'll be upfront about that. Like, I'm not gonna lie. But he does say he wants to be college bound. And he actually, I don't think he knows what he wants to be, but the career path he wants to be on currently does require a master's degree. I may be looking at what they call dual enrollment. Some of you know what that is, some of you may not. But not yet. I don't think he's ready for dual enrollment in 9th grade. I've also heard that if we plan on doing those scholarships, dual enrollment's a really bad idea. So I got to do some research here. I'm going to do some research here. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. Let me know if you have any questions or if you have any suggestions on videos I can make. And any of these that you want me to go through as like a flip through, I can do that. Especially when I get the Forrester one. I will definitely do a flip I can't talk all of a sudden. Flip through of that one. So thank you guys so much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.